Hey everybody, here I am once again, going to be doing another LEGO Space Police set review. This time it's going to be on set number 5970, Freeze Ray Frenzy. This set was released back in 2009. It contains 80 pieces and retailed for $10 in the US. Right off the bat, before I begin, you probably already noticed the quality difference with the picture, if that's the best way to put it, and the audio. That's because I'm using my camcorder. I've always used my phone for recording all my videos, even reviews, and now I decided, you know what, I'm going to put my camcorder to use and try it out and see how it is for using a review. I think this was a nice occasion to try it. I don't know how it's going to be yet, so let me know what you guys think. If you can, I would really appreciate it. Just put in the comments below, like, yeah, I like it, yeah, I don't know, you could improve the audio. The audio is kind of funky. I would really appreciate it if you let me know. Without further ado, I'm going to start with the minifigures and we'll dive right into this set. Starting off with the villain of the set, we have Cranks. This guy comes in two sets. This is the cheapest set you can get him in, but also he comes in the biggest set of the entire wave, or line actually, the Galactic Enforcer. But he's a pretty cool minifigure. He's basically like an alien biker gang guy, because you can see he wears a vest. He wears the Black Hole Gang symbol around 3 times, as you have it on the back here, big and bold. You have like a little button on his torso at the top right there. And if you want to count the belt buckle, you could, but I'm going to count it. And also with the light printing, it's not exclusive to him. It's commonly used on the other Black Hole Gang members like Snake and the Skull Twins. But his head mold is completely original to him. It's very cool. It's very similar, like how P Squiddy is like a little squid, squid guy, but his is like very octopus or like tentacle-like. Because he has like these slick back hair using his tentacles. He has 3 there, and then he uses his kind of tentacles to make like a handlebar mustache. And you see he has 2 little teeth there, and he has big black eyes with white pupils. It's a very cool minifigure. I really like him. I love all of these Space Police aliens, but there's something special about this guy that's very cool. So that's all for Cranks. Next up, in our final minifigure of this set, is the Space Police Officer. I kind of wish these guys had names like some of the Power Miner guys from that line do have their own names, like Duke or Brains or Doc. I kind of wish we got that from Space Police, but it's not a big deal. But this is your kind of normal Space Police Officer. They're the same in every set, but it's very nice torso printing. You have the badge, the Space Police logo in the middle there, kind of like some kind of like a utility belt looks like, but he comes with the jetpack like most of them do, in black, with the classic space jetpack. He has a helmet where he has a visor up top, and you can flip that down, but you don't really need to because, well, he has sunglasses on, and his face printing is not exclusive to the set. We've gotten this set actually before this theme came out. It was used in Mars Mission, and also, I want to say Alpha Team for Agent Dash and the Deep Freeze line. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm correct about that, but it's a pretty cool face. It makes sense for this. The guy's kind of like ticked off, and he has like a little Bluetooth microphone attached to his glasses, it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty cool. No double-sided face. But if we take the jetpack off the back, we got a little walkie-talkie, and the rest, you can see the rest of the back side of his utility belt. But it's a very cool figure. Pretty straightforward. I like the design of these Space Police officers. It's interesting as these guys are gray, and the sets and vehicles that they ride around in are just vehicles that are very vibrant. Well, mainly white, and then you have the red and blue translucent like siren colors or anything else, or the trans green. So it's interesting to have a minifigure that doesn't match the color scheme of its vehicle, but it kind of like it sticks out like that, and I like it for that. So that's it for the minifigures. Now let's dive in to the set. Alright, so we have the full set itself. Before we touch upon any of the vehicles yet, I just want to take a really quick look at 2 smaller builds that are included in this set. We have a stop sign and a traffic light. Nothing crazy, as you can tell, very simple builds. You have a sticker for the stop sign, and then you have a very simple traffic light build. You have like the round pieces on the bottom that give an idea for like a terrain that it's on, like a moon surface or anything. But I like this. It's nice. It kind of builds a little more of the environment. Nothing crazy, obviously. It's not like a whole set piece, but it kind of it's something, a little side build, and I like it. It kind of builds around a little story, because Cranks isn't really stealing anything like other criminals in the other Space Police sets like Squidman or Frenzy or Snake, where they're either stealing like money or gold or a giant laser. Now Cranks is just, I guess, going past a red light when he's not supposed to, or going past a stop sign could cause an accident. I kind of interpret it as the Space Police officer recognized Cranks from crimes he committed before, and he was never caught, until now there's a whole pursuit. Now the Space Police officer is chasing after Cranks. That's what I went with, but anyone can go with that. But I like this. It's a nice inclusion. I just want to mention that and show that off very quickly. Now, we'll move off to the side, and let's take a look at our first vehicle. We have the Space Police Officers, excuse me, that was a mouthful, Space Police Officers motorbike, space motorbike. I want to call it a motorbike mainly because this whole vehicle is made up by mainly one big piece, and it's this old, I believe, Lego 80, it's from the 80s, not Lego 80s, from the 80s. It's a motorcycle piece, it's a main piece, it's like flipped around, I believe, because you have these two pegs sticking out that you would usually put like tires on, but it's flipped around to kind of look like a motorbike, and I like that a lot. You can see we have like a microphone in the back here with a stud in there. On the classic one, you have these smooth not tile pieces, but groove pieces curved at like the bottom and front. This vehicle mainly has the only play feature that's in the set, and it's just a typical, your normal flick fire missiles. It actually worked. Pretty surprised about that. You got some groove pieces on the there, kind of like little vents. That's pretty cool. You got the police sticker representing Space Police, and then you got the red and blue translucent siren pieces also. You can see how the Space Police Officer sits in there. It's kind of weird with his guy's legs like leaned back. You can see he holds onto the handlebar there. Then move around the vehicle, kind of snugged in there. Fits in there pretty well, doesn't fall out. And that's mainly it. Nothing too crazy, but it's a nice and unique build, I have to say, mainly because that piece is included. Outside of that, it's a very straightforward build. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that vehicle. Now, last but not least, we have Cranks' I can't even, like, sounds weird when I say it wrong. It sounds like I'm saying it wrong. Cranks' motorbike, I guess, motorcycle. I want to say like they're both motorbikes because of that main piece, and this one kind of is too. It looks like a futuristic motorbike. Kind of reminds me of one of the hoverboards from Back to the Future, but like really enlarged. But I really like this. There's quite a few stickers. It has the most stickers of anything else in this whole set. There's around 8 stickers, I believe, because they have 4 on these wing pieces, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. You have the Black Hole Gang skull symbol on that little turbine there. That's pretty cool. And you see the wings are all scratched up in the front and even on the turbine there. That's pretty cool. Close up for a little more detail. Looks like bullet holes in that one, which is pretty interesting. And then on the back, we got some graffiti on that wing and the red line that kind of goes up to the front also. There's stickers right here. I'm going to zoom up a bit more. There we go. The one on left or the right, left and right. And then you have this little diameter, I guess I want to call it. That's like the only sticker that was not applied well for this set, but it's pretty interesting. You kind of move it forward and back however you like. And then you got the handlebar Cranks holds on to, kind of gets a grip. It's kind of like farther away from him, so I can understand that. And we got a big flame piece in the back that always likes to fall out. I think when I got this set years ago, I got it recently, but when I first purchased it, I don't think I had a problem with this flame piece in the back. But you see, it's very big. They easily can come out nowadays with that same piece that is used for the train of the traffic light and the stop sign. I had lost my train of thought. And I'm trying to think what else. And you see the whole motorbike is kind of made up of one other, like this one is. Got one big piece that's connected by an axle. It's 2 halves, so it can mix into one. But it's pretty cool. Very straightforward build. I also, something nice I like about this vehicle that makes up for, but it has a interesting build. It's this, how Cranks sits in his seat in this, because it's 3 studs instead of 2, which a normal minifigure sits in. It kind of has like this, the stud in the middle tile, and he just sits on there perfectly. It's pretty awesome. I like that. Nothing crazy, not too awesome, but I thought that was, I was like, oh, that's cool when I first saw it years ago. And you kind of have a little laser there. I guess you can shoot out stuff there. I guess to go against the Space Police Officer who has 2 freaking giant missiles. So, and then binoculars right there. I'm trying to think of anything else. It's kind of gappy on the bottom here. Nothing too crazy. That's the underside. But that's mainly it for this whole set itself. I'm trying to think if I don't think I missed anything else. Like I said, it's a very small set. There's not much else I can really note upon the features. So I'm going to wrap this review up by giving my final thoughts. So let's do that now. Well, that about does it for this review. Thank you all for watching. Just to give one final thought about this set, I do enjoy it. I think nostalgia has a little bit of an advantage on me for liking this set still. It's been 10 years and I still really like this set for what it is. It's a fun little play set. So if I were to recommend to anyone that wanted to check out a Space Police set, it would either be this one or Squidman's Escape. You can probably get either one of those sets for a cheap price online like eBay or Bricklink. But they're fun sets. Outside of that, it's not really like a go-to getter. like any of the other Space Police sets I would recommend getting, like the Galactic Enforcer, which are much bigger and expensive sets probably, well, in which they are. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got to say. And hopefully the camcorder works out like I mentioned earlier. I'm really hoping that is. I'm crossing my fingers for that. So hopefully I can use it for future videos. And I plan to do one more Space Police review. I have the Raid VPR. So hopefully that review will come out soon. If you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments. That about does it for me. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.